Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Two Bro Gamers podcast. I'm Steve,
I'm Ricky.
and this is episode 35. Wow, 35. All right.
And that's something, huh? Look at that. Time is flying already.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Now, this is our discussion portion. We got a few things to discuss. First, I want to discuss Steve's glasses.
Oh, they're Ricky's glasses. I'm just using them.
Yeah, those Gunnars. Everybody seems to be having them lately, especially I'm watching a Smash tournament. I'm just like, why does everybody have Gunnars? I was like, did everybody buy them when it was on
They're
sale?
actually like good for your face.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I actually use them for my job and for gaming, obviously. I bought them for that. I've actually bought one other pair just to try it out because, I didn't want to spend like X amount of money for that. That's actually a $100 pair. That's like I bought for really $40. It was on a sale on this website that does like the 1 day sale things, but like it's been done already. I'm not advertising that at all. Not that I wouldn't welcome that, I'm just saying. But yeah, I have like two pairs, one for home and one for outside. That actually makes me look cool. But I have these so I can see this camera that's in front of me, so I don't, so I know what the hell I'm filming here. Whoops.
Yeah, Ricky's kind of blind.
Yeah, and not only that, in case we run out of video because I forgot the damn SD card, my bad, y'all. You'll see our stick figures again, if anything. So we'll just jump right into it, shall we?
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about is the virtual reality hype. Now, everything is coming together for VR. Even Sony recently just talked about that they're going to be announcing games at E3 for Project Morpheus, which is just like, okay, this is cool.
It's happening, man.
But how real is it? I mean, I've seen videos of people experience it. Like I saw a video, which is I think remotely famous, I guess. This girl that plays Minecraft, and she had her parents ride a roller coaster in Minecraft, and they're both going nuts. And I'm seeing another one where there was like a house, and they have these people put on the VR, and they're pretending like they're on a ledge, but really they're like maybe like a couple of inches off the ground, and they can kind of feel the ledge, and they feel like a spider web. They see it on the screen, but they can feel it too, and they just think they're really on a ledge in a building, and they're gonna fall off. And it's like, is that real? Is it just advertising like at its peak of trying to push VR? Like, what is this? Because I haven't experienced it.
I think it's real.
I haven't experienced it myself. I know you haven't either.
I haven't either.
But it's just like, I mean, there should be more venues for us to try it out because it's like, I want to know what that's like, and you think it's real.
I think it definitely is real. I've seen plenty of videos of people trying out VR, and it's I don't know, the way they all have the same kind of reaction. It's like, whoa, what is this? It's crazy. So I think this is real. And at PAX I didn't go, but I had friends who went, and they said that the line to try out the Oculus Rift, because they had it at a test at PAX.
Yeah.
They said the line was like 4 hours.
Oh, did they even get to try it, or just said nah?
No, they didn't bother waiting 4 hours, but they said that some of the reactions that people were having were very similar to this stuff. So.
Even the dude that got pranked, what was it in a Russian mall?
Yeah, the Russian mall with the roller coaster. They pulled him backwards, and the guy was flipping
out.
But I think that had something to do with him just flip. You know what? That I have no. It's just that's what it is.
It's weird. It's just like, is this?
I guess the guy felt like he was going on a roller coaster, and because they pulled him backwards, he felt like he was actually falling too. So I guess that makes it even more real.
And I'm watching this show on Twitch. I'm a big fan of Kevin Pierre's. I watch his show on Twitch, The Attack. It's kind of a brand new show, but I've been following him since like Attack of the Show, like back in the days. Yeah. But I was watching his show just because I happened to be home at that time, and he was talking about VR, and he said this is really the future. This is it's not the next gen, because he still thinks there's room for 2D gaming, but the VR is the next step. This is the new generation.
I believe it. I believe it completely.
And especially that they've advanced it so much so that they found ways to kill motion sickness. Because that was another thing too. People were getting motion sickness from this. Like, same thing that you would get. Like, some people can't ride a car so much or anything because they get motion sickness, that type of thing. Same thing with a boat. It was the same thing for VR, and it's like, I mean, he's like, this is it, and it's like, okay, it's like everybody's saying these positive things about it. Where can I try this? I mean, I don't want to have to spend my money first in order for us to try it either. You know what I mean? I'm broke. Title.
But definitely this definitely, I don't know, VR seems really awesome, and I really want to try this out.
Yeah, exactly. I want to find out where. As soon as it comes back to New York, and I can definitely be on board with this. I don't see why I shouldn't be on board with it, in all honesty.
Yeah. I'm already on board. I'm just waiting for it to be accessible to me.
I can't be on board until I try it. I'm the type of person, I gotta see what the hype's all about before it is. I mean, I could buy into hype and then buy it, and then it goes, oh, this is flat, this is crap. But I have to try it out. I can't be.
I
Just
definitely
one
see.
to-
I see your point, but to me, I don't know. I really want to try this.
So and that's a continuation. You talked about PAX. A lot of things happen in PAX, mostly independent games. So many things that we had like short mentions on that. Nothing really major came out of PAX. Nothing really exclusive. Nothing really.
And I didn't really expect anything major from PAX. With E3 coming up this year, that's where you want to have your games. That's where you want to really wow people is E3.
Mhm.
PAX is more like a showcase for, I guess, smaller companies.
Mhm.
So it's not really all that much. But some things did come out of PAX.
The only thing I have is a video that I showed because Killer Instinct, which I'm a big fan of that. I haven't played the new Killer Instinct though, which is killing me. They had this new character. They showed two, but one I really want to focus on because she's like this a spirit girl, and she has a freaking how do you even say that? Naginata. There you go. Naginata. And she has one of those, which is basically a spear with a little knife at the edge. She's just this haunted, freaky looking chick, and she could like possess your soul a little bit and harm you inside and out and everything. She has some crazy range.
Yeah,
which is like,
and Ricky's the Killer Instinct fan. I don't really know too much, but I did see the video and it's awesome. Yeah, if I did play Killer Instinct, this is a character I would probably use just because of how cool she looks.
yeah, and I mean, there's another character out there. She kind of like this rock alien dude. But but that chick was really the one that like was like, okay,
Yeah.
Killer Instinct is definitely going in a different direction from other fighting games, and I like that. Not going for the typical stuff. They're not even going backwards to their old school stuff. Even though, yeah, you could vouch for Cinder and you could vouch for Glacius, whatnot. But I mean, they're kind of going down that path, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, one other thing we want to talk about in our discussion segment. Besides PAX, I know Final Fantasy 15 was actually discussed at PAX. Another thing that had a huge reviews and everything. So many people have raved about Final Fantasy 15 that it's just another thing that I want to be able to see. There's lots of footage out there too, but there's lots of footage out there of the game. But I think that's another one I may have to experience too. But I'm actually kind of buying the hype for Final Fantasy 15 than anything.
Again, that's your department, Final Fantasy. I am not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, but I have seen the trailers, and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty good game.
It's getting some hype. People are actually kind of feeling that.
Well, I think anything Final Fantasy gets hyped just because it's the franchise. It's the brand of the name.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks interesting. It's a next step up.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't look like turn by turn either. But I think
yeah.
Is this gonna be the first one that's not turn based?
Well, a lot of them haven't been turn based for a long time. They have a weird battle system. This battle system I haven't even like grasped my head around. I just have to see more. I haven't seen the battle system one though. I've seen a little bit of just the actual cutscenes and stuff, but I haven't seen all the footage. I wish I did.
Wouldn't it be awesome if it was just like free world, free swing?
Well, that's what they think they're aiming for too. They aim for the open world, and if it's going to be like just like you said, like that, and gain experiences that way, and also use magic at the same time, I think that's the goal they're going for. In all honesty, and that would make it a very different Final Fantasy game.
It would make it more along the lines of like Skyrim.
I guess.
Scrolls,
I guess everybody's kind of do Skyrim, even Zelda. Like
but
people see Zelda.
It did so amazingly well. Why not?
Yeah, I guess so. That's true.
Exactly. It's when something does so well, you kind of want to follow in its footsteps.
I agree,
especially when your last thing didn't really work out so well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, who's really playing that MMO Final Fantasy 14? I mean, there's
I have some friends who are playing it. But
there's a very limited audience for that. I feel like the last two MMO Final Fantasies were just, I mean, that was a very different audience from what, Final Fantasy really was, which is that whole story that you wanted to be involved with.
Also, from what I heard, 13 wasn't the best game.
No, it was not.
By the best game, I mean it wasn't very good at all.
Nope.
So a lot of people did not like 13. Again, I never played it, but I know people who did. And half of them didn't even finish. They're like, this game isn't worth finishing.
The grinding, because that's what it was. It was like story, linear story, grinding, and then the end.
So hopefully they'll change their direction with 15.
One last thing. We talked about this last week. Sega and Game Freak were teasing this thing. We didn't know what it was. There was a postcard sent out. People were like, oh, I mean, Game Freak and Sega teaming up for a game. What's up with that? And Steve and I talked about it. Game Freak has made other games for other consoles. They made for PlayStation 2 and PlayStation.
But in reality, they're more just Pokemon.
Just the Pokemon company. But this game is different, and it's All right, we'll talk about it. So, Sega talked about Tembo. Tembo the Badass Elephant. That's their collaboration title, which the game actually, it seems interesting. I do like it. Now, what really was killer was the fact that it's not for the Wii U.
Which you would think that Game Freak, Sega, they both work with Nintendo quite a bit.
Yeah.
And this game isn't coming for Nintendo.
Now, here was the explanation, which I think is even more of a BS explanation. They were talking about the character designer, James Turner, and he said the following. When I was writing the presentation documents for this game, I drew up a mock-up poster, and I put Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox logos at the bottom. It seemed to fit, and it happened to stick that way. We thought about other hardware during development, but our hands were pretty full with those 3 platforms.
Huh. So they just didn't even consider Nintendo at all.
They did. It just the logo didn't look right on their poster, that's all.
No.
Yeah, I mean, when you're considering making games, the first thing you think about is the poster.
The poster. That's not the first thing you should be thinking about is your poster. You should be thinking about the quality of your game.
But the poster was cool. It doesn't look right with the Wii U on it. I mean, you want to see the PlayStation 4 logo. You want to see Steam. You want to see the little Steam logo thing, the Steam pedal.
I call them like wrenches or something.
Yeah, there's something
like wrenches. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.
We're digressing so hard.
Yes.
No. This is Nintendo's a company that has treated Game Freak and Sega both relatively well.
Mm-hmm. But
my hands are in the air.
You know what it is? I think it's just because it's easier to port the PC game that they're probably making first for PC anyway, which is kind of crazy that Game Freak's making a PC game, by the way. I think that's kind of like, whoa, okay.
It's amazing they're making something not called Pokemon, but yeah.
But for Xbox One and PS4, okay, like that's different because, I mean, that's the same thing. They have the same like architecture, the x86, which, based on a PC, but let's say if they come up with a PS3 and Xbox 360, then I was like, whoa, okay, hold on, no. You could have made you would have made some time for the Wii U too.
Yeah, but
you could have made some time for them.
It is what it is, I guess. It's one of those things that I guess I'm not a game dev, so I don't know this. I don't know how hard it is, but apparently Nintendo's not easy to work with or something.
Well, it's only because Nintendo has a different format. Because that was the thing. All the different consoles always had different ways of making the game. Like PlayStation was very hard for a long time, especially the PS3. The PS3 was the most difficult for devs to work on during the last generation. The Xbox 360 wasn't that bad, but it was a lot easier than the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And the Wii wasn't really that great to work with because they had a lot of a lower resolution, so people had to focus a whole separate team for each of these consoles. So
it's kind of like the Wii U also. The Wii has a completely different resolution.
And they're the only ones that's different now, because that's why at PS4 and Xbox One they decided to use the PC architecture, and now it's why it's easier for devs. They all flocked their games from PC to the other two because it's like, oh, this is easier. We can port it. That's no problem. But then Wii U decided and Nintendo's decided we're going to do it a whole different way, just like the old school way. And that's really ended up biting them in the ass at the end of the day. And so far,
Nintendo.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't see anything about the PS3 and the Xbox 360. It's only so far been
it's probably
PS4.
not even going to them. It's probably going to be PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Yeah, which is all PC-like structures. So that's kind of unfortunate for Nintendo. Maybe it's going to be another thing where it's going to come out next year.
Well, apparently it's not even being looked at for the Wii U.
Yeah, I know. So that's
I think it's just those 3.
That's it. But the game looks good.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Tembo the badass elephant.
Yeah. Who knows? But I think that's where we're cut it off for our discussion part for now, because coming up next we have Smash a little bit. Well, actually, we could even talk about Smash because we don't have much on Smash either. Now, Smash, two of the big stories that had happened. One player that we both like, Leffen. He's signed. He's finally a sponsored player.
He is signed by TSM, which is Team Solo Mid. They are known for League of Legends. I think they have a Smite team, which actually won something. Which, who cares about Smite? But
he's not a big fan of Smite.
I'm not. But and now I'm no longer a big fan of Leffen either, because I'm not a big Team Solo Mid fan. To me, if you know anything about real sports, which you do, I don't know about you guys, but to me, TSM is kind of like the Yankees of esports. They kind of just go out and buy all their players when they're successful on other teams, kind of thing.
And they win a lot?
Except that TSM doesn't really win, but like, I don't know, it's the fanboys. It's more like the fanboys. You know how they're like Yankee fans? They're so fake
A lot of them are. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There are some real Yankee fans. Don't get me wrong.
Like myself, I've been a Yankee fan for a long time, even before the championships.
It's like with the Yankees.
I know they fake Yankee fans. I don't look at them like you're just a bandwagoner.
Right. With the Yankees, when they're winning, everyone's a Yankee fan. When they're losing, where'd you all go? That's how TSM fans are. It's kind of like when TSM's on top, everybody's shouting TSM, TSM. But when TSM's on the bottom, it's like, who dat? So the fanboys annoy the hell out of me.
So Leffen is kind of in that same group you're trying to put him in? I mean, he's sponsored by them now.
He's now part of TSM, so.
So that I mean, it doesn't reduce his gameplay in any way.
It doesn't reduce his gameplay, no. And for his sake, I hope he does well. But for my personal fanship, this is not I'm no longer a Leffen fan.
Oh man,
and it's unfortunate because I really liked him. Maybe I'll still be a Leffen fan, but I'll just hate the team he plays for. I like Mango, and what's also another thing too. I started liking Mango a lot more because he got signed to Cloud9, which is one of my favorite organizations. So
the fanboyism,
the fanboy is real.
Another story though, talking about tournaments. Evo 2015 is holy crap.
It's coming up, man.
Yeah. Now, they announced things for Smash because we talked about how Street Fighter and Melee both went over 1,000. Great. Smash Wii U is actually over 1,000 now. Not only that, it was tweeted by Mr. Wizard that the EVO 2015 will be the biggest Melee tournament of all time.
Ever.
Of all time. So that's even more than Apex, which had about 1,500 people? Just for Melee? Yeah, and if it's more than 1,500, holy crap.
We're talking at least 17 right now.
If anything, yeah. I want some numbers, but definitely...
I wouldn't be surprised if by the time the tournament comes around, there's 2,000.
Oh, dude, you want to call it for 2,000? You want?
I don't. No.
You want those Street Fighter numbers?
I'm gonna say that it's probably 1,750, but I wouldn't be surprised if it hits 2,000.
Because think about it. Last year, the two big games were Smash Melee and Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 went over 2. And Smash was over 1,000, was almost 1,000, if not 8,000.
I think it went over.
Yeah, because I remember they were very close. They hit by the time it was close to the end of Evo, it hit 9,000, before signups were cut.
900.
Yeah, 900.
You said 9,000. I was
yeah,
like, 9,000.
Over 9,000.
Over 9, that's a lot. No.
Now, it went. It was over 900, and then it went to 1,000 within the last couple of days of sign up. We're not even close to the end of sign up, and it already went over 1,000. And now it looks like it's going to be the biggest Melee tournament ever. Now, I don't know if it'll hit Street Fighter levels of how much people are going to come up, but it's probably going to at least be close again to Street Fighter.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting. There's going to be a long process because there's going to be so many people, but you know he's going to be there in the end, so
yeah,
you're going to get the same 10 names at the end anyway.
Well, you don't know. I mean,
hopefully there might be some surprises.
Well, here's the thing, because look at how big Street Fighter was last year, and look who won. It was a dude that
people know it, and people are like, "Who's that?"
Yeah, I was like, "Where's Daigo?
Where's Justin Wong?
Where's Justin Wong?" And it's like, "Oh wait, they got eliminated day one."
They were like the 24th. They're like, I think one of them was actually finished tied for 48th or something.
Something like that. Yeah, because it was that many people and that many skilled people. So I don't know how many skilled people are actually going to be entering for Melee, because it's still probably going to be the same 5 guys.
Well, yeah, you're going to hear Mango, Mute,
PPMD,
PPMD, Hungry Box.
Yeah.
You're going to hit Leffen. You're going to hear the same Armada. You're going to hear the same names, most likely.
Axe.
Yeah, Axe is his Pikachu's on point.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I want to hear about the next up-and-coming player.
That's
even
true.
in a game that's 15,000 years old.
Mm-hmm. 15,000, really?
15.
Yeah. Now about Wii U, it's all no holds barred, because it's anybody's game. Even though Zero is really going to be the favorite anyway, because he won Apex, but anybody can do it at this point, because the skills are still being built up to this point. The meta is still being developed. There's going to be custom, so there's going to be a whole different rule set and everything. It's a free for all right now on Wii U, and that I think
the best man will win.
Yeah, and I feel like that's going to be more of the tournament to watch, because if you don't know who's going to win, I mean, you could still say Mewtwo King and Zero, but they're not even guaranteed either.
It's going to be interesting. I will be watching. I usually wait till the top 10
to top 8, yeah,
top 8,
like
top
on
10.
Sunday.
But I think I'm gonna actually be watching the Wii U tournament. And people people say that Wii U is not very fun to watch, but I liked watching it.
I think this one's for especially Evo and the stakes it's going to be right now. I think it's going to be higher. But now the other thing is too, I don't know. Like we discussed it being on a Saturday, one being on Saturday, one being on a Sunday. They probably got to do both on a Sunday at this point. And especially someone was talking about like the rumors are going around that they might do 4 a.m. pools because there's that many people. It's like,
right? Yeah, well, have fun waking up.
I don't know, man, because this is just there's too many people already, and that's only for 3 games. We haven't even talked about Marvel. we haven't even talked about the other games.
This
Guilty
Evo
Gear.
is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy. This Evo.
It is, especially just with those 3 games alone. What about the other games? I don't know. I hope they're gonna be just as hype because every game in the top 8 last year was pretty hype. But as far as everything else, I don't know. I can't call it.
Well, let's just find out at this point. Wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. But one last thing we wanted to talk about some more. Something we talked about last week. SOS Gaming and their charity event for the youth program for Smash games. Right now they're at 1,436 of their goal. They actually want to put youth program with Smash for young kids, getting kids off the streets and such.
Which is a good message.
It is. We'll post the links up again. Definitely donate. There's 22s left as of this recording because I don't even know when I'm going to put this up. I have plenty of time right now. We're actually recording this on the Thursday because Friday's going to be a whole different story.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and we're off next week, right?
Yes. So there will not be a show next week.
So we're definitely going to have to catch up and see what happens then. But this is our discussion points. If you have any comments, likes, discuss, put it all down there somewhere below the YouTube thing. And if you're listening on audio, then just find us on YouTube.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm Ricky.
I'm Steve.
Yeah. If you want to follow us on Twitter, put our names down there, put the show stuffs. I don't know. We usually just do an announcement of the actual verbalization of our Twitters at the end of the actual show. So we'll see you at that next show. How about that?
Yeah.